Since his international debut with the critically acclaimed High Tension, filmmaker Alexandre has directed a variety of crowd-pleasing suspense films. Here's how each of his first 6 horror films rank, from worst to best. Let's get to it. Number 6. Horns. This darkly humorous horror fantasy, Horns, was a somewhat faithful adaptation of Joe Hill's cult novel. Harry Potter himself, Daniel Radcliffe, stars as a young man falsely accused of raping and murdering his girlfriend. Out of guilt and frustration, he begins to grow devil horns, which has a supernatural influence over anyone he meets, causing them to tell uncomfortable truths. Aja's penchant for dark humor works well with the material, but the final product is uneven and far less engaging than the intriguing premise. And for that reason, I'd have to put this one down to the worst of the 6 that he's made. Let's go to number 5. Number 5, I'm going to go with Mirrors. Aja's first big studio film, Mirrors, was a loose remake of 2003 South Korean hit Into the Mirror, which, by the way, was a lot better. But anyway, Kiefer Sutherland is a troubled former NYPD detective who finds himself working as a night watchman of a derelict department store. Mirrors within the building contain a supernatural force that begin to haunt Sutherland and kill those around him. Some genuinely creepy effects and tense situations help elevate a fairly mediocre narrative. The film performed well enough at the box office to generate a direct-to-video sequel, which was total crap, by the way. Let's go to number 4. Going with Piranha 3D. The reimagining of Joe Dante's classic drive-in movie delivers everything that someone could want from such a title. Emphasizing the extreme violence and nudity that the Roger Corman School of Filmmaking traded in for decades, Piranha 3D delivers it all in a smart, relentlessly gruesome package. The unfortunate timing of a prehistoric piranha uprising in spring break at a busy lake resort set the stage for an epic bloodbath. A game Elizabeth Shue leads a fun ensemble cast that also features Ving Rhames, Adam Scott, and Richard Dreyfuss, a fun Jaw-inspired cameo. So not a bad one, not the greatest of course, and that's why I put this one at number 4. What's number 3? Let's go see. So, as you can see, number 3 I put as Crawl. Basically, a Category 5 hurricane traps a father and daughter in the crawl space of their family home, where alligators have entered through a storm drain. Aja's camera effectively puts the viewer right in the middle of the frenetic action. Some genuinely scary sequences are achieved by making familiar, mundane spaces easy hunting grounds. Great performances by maze runners Kaya Scodelario and Barry Pepper and superior effects work elevate this suspenseful adventure film. So we're down to number 2 and number 1. I flip-flopped many times between the two, but this is the one I came up with for number 2. Alright, so number 2 I put as The Hills Have Eyes, remaking Wes Craven's classic drive-in film. The Hills Have Eyes might seem like an ambitious project, but Aja knew exactly what to do with the material and delivered a stunning American debut. Telling the very same story, with few detours, the director still managed to make a genuinely scary and subversive work. A typical American family on vacation are menaced by a mutant cannibal tribe in the New Mexico desert. A solid cast led by Ted Levine and Kathleen Quinlan help ground the proceedings, giving weight to the inevitable horrific events. Tom and Danny contribute an insidious score that infuses a sense of hopelessness throughout. So I'll go with this one as number 2. Number 1, do you guys know what it is? Time's up. I will now tell you what number 1 is. I think, like I said, I flip-flop between this one and the one I chose as number 1, but clearly my favorite will be number 1, and here it is. High Tension. Ah yeah, number 1. Love this movie. The film that brought Aja to the US was given a wide release for good reason. Alex Maywin invites Marie, played by Cécile de France, to stay at her family's secluded home to study over the weekend. That night, Alex's family are systematically murdered by an intruder who has an unhealthy relationship with both women. What follows is an unapologetically violent and suspenseful film that plays against audience expectation. But be warned, stay clear of the US cut, which is dubbed and severely edited. You guys gotta watch the French version. Let me know in the comments below. Did you watch this? Did you watch the other 5? Do you feel that this is the right order for these movies? Again, agree, disagree, whatever. Leave everything in the comments below. Guys, gals, everything between. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget, subscribe, smash that like button, hit that bell icon. You'll be notified each and every time I make new releases, blah, blah, blah. Peace and love, peace and love. I hope you enjoyed this video. For now, mavakaga out.